Righty-ho, we know what we do. Right, start saying it, and I'll start seeing you. It's 10 taps. 4 for the hell, 1 for the space, 4 for the air, and 1 to put a smile on my face. And look at this beautiful face. Isn't it smiling? Hello, folks. How are you doing this evening? Yeah, it is Wednesday. It is the 22nd of April. We're into guessing months now. The screen's filling up with hell yes. We've got a nice, slow, warm start to the evening. Oh, everyone stretch. I feel dirty. It's because I haven't had a shower yet from the studio. Now, I'm going to let you Terrainiacs, okay, you fine people, I'm going to let you decide if you can guess what I've been doing today based on all the blisters on the tips of my fingers. There's lots. They're all over the place. Lots of tiny little blisters. The terrain out already? Yeah, the terrain's out already. I think I've been in a building mood. I've been building all day and working on book stuff and working on some feature pieces. Yeah, and they're the last pieces that that we need to do. And it's what you call it. Mel's just got himself to the sort of stage where, yeah, I'm ready. I want to really get stuck in because I've been nervous about doing them because they're the best of the best of the best I can do. Yeah. And so, lots of hot glue today. Lots of cork bark and all that sort of stuff and mess and sanding and cutting and watch your fingers, Bosicle. Bloody hell, careful. Don't like the way that blade's waving and all that sort of stuff. Not trees, not yet. That's some friction burns there, Mel. Thank you, Tom. Thank you. Thomas is saying he really likes train setups, but he doesn't have the space. Go modular. I don't know if you can do that with a railway setup. Hello, guessing the injury is back alley work. Actually, all the cuts and marks on my hands, yeah, all the little cuts, yeah, that's back alley work from pruning trees and hawthorn bushes. But that's good. I only did about 15 minutes of it today. Yeah, didn't get back from the studio till about 7 o'clock. And by the time I finished chatting to Dave and had a brew and I just went out and thought, right, every day I do a little bit in my back alley to make it a little bit more tidier and more presentable for the neighbours. Yeah, and it's looking rather nice. Yeah, I'm really trimming back some of it. It's like that, like that. And I've tried snapping them. Yeah, but, and so you've got to get the saw out on it. I'm building up the muscles as well, I've noticed. Yeah, but no, today's been good. Because I do this live show at about 9 o'clock, yeah, my mornings are easy. Yeah, because if I got up at a normal societal time and started the day when society starts, when we used to start the day, yeah, for all of us in isolation and that sort of stuff. Yeah, I would be too knackered to do this show by 9 o'clock, to be perfectly honest, every night. Yeah, it'd just be me yawning and you watching me drifting off to sleep. So what I tend to do is my sort of pattern is, right, I'll wake up sort of mid-morning, I'll have a lazy morning and get out of the house for 12 o'clock. Yeah, get into the studio and then I'll work in the studio till about 6 normally. Yeah, it's been 7 tonight, but normally 6 gives me a chance to get back, do a bit of personal admin, go into the back alley, at least do half an hour if I can. Yeah, and I enjoy that. Yeah, physical exercise is really good for you. Yeah. And so, yeah, I even if I can only do 10-15 minutes, yeah, it's like do a little bit and then it's like, right, get in, sort out what I need for the show and that sort of stuff, and then do the show, and then I've got a couple of hours decompressing time after the show. Yeah, and typically I'll go to bed about 1-2 o'clock. Yeah. Sometimes I have a sleepless nights and it's closer to 3. There's been times when, in the past months, to be perfectly honest, guys. Yeah, I've realised you need to go to bed because that's daylight. You know, the sun is coming up. And I think we've all had a bit of that with this lockdown, to be perfectly honest. Yeah. But genuinely, that's my sort of sleep schedule. Sort of like, you know, I get a good 8 hours, 12 till about mid-morning. Yeah. And so I'll potter, do a bit of writing, catch up with a bit of emails, and then just relax a bit and watch a bit of Netflix or something like that. Whilst typically I just prat around and model a little because it helps me decompress. I mean, the irony is, and I love this, you've got to love the irony on this one, yeah, is that I actually use my work to decompress from work. It's a good life, and I'm a happy Mel. And it's been a good day today. Now, there is a personal topic, yeah, that we need to discuss. Okay, and I'm going to need the other cam close to me for this one. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to show you my back alley. I'll show you that when it's all done. Yeah. Well, obviously, Mel's been busy. We've been in the middle of this like crisis and all that sort of stuff. And I don't even know if this is colour balanced. It should be. But do you know how those grey hairs grow faster than your normal colour hair? Yeah, you know what I mean, don't you? The grey hairs. Yeah, I'll catch up with the comments in a second, guys, but I'm going to give you a laugh now. Yeah, okay, so that colours, that's a little bit overexposed, but I suppose it'll do. Yeah, now let's be realistic here. Come on, I know. Look, I trust you guys. Yeah, look at that. Now, my mate Dave, he dyed his hair. So I'm wondering, you know what I mean? That's pretty. You know, it grows faster than your darker hair. I'm not really that grey. It's just more of the... So anyway. Right. Is it just for men time? Because trust me, you don't want it. No one suggests shaving it. Yeah, we already have issues with like glare. And trust me, my head's a bit like a light bulb. Yeah, not just with terrain ideas, but in shape as well. So it is not pretty shaved. I've seen it completely shaved, and I always vowed I'm never going down that route again. Don't you dare dye it. Be proud of the greys. The badger. Mel's gone salt and pepper. Guessing waiting for the home waxing kit to get a nice clean back alley. Calm down, Knots. Do they do bottle for that little hair? Oh, you shut up, Knots. Dye it purple, bright purple. I can't. I've dyed my hair multicoloured when I played the Fool. Yeah, in a massive May Day celebration once. There was about 2,000 of us and I was the Fool. Dye it green. Seriously, my whole head is greyer than Dave's. Don't go there. Why bother? If it bothers you, then go for it. But if it's for other people, screw it. I don't know. It's a weird thing, yeah. I've noticed since I've got better and that sort of stuff. I'm eating healthier, you know. I'm exercising. I'm working hard in my back alley, So my back alley is also my bit of exercise. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I'm getting fitter and that sort of stuff. I'm getting a better mental outlook on life, and so I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I shaved the beard off because I felt it made me look older and tireder. And I'm just wondering, if I dyed it, would I feel younger? Would I feel more energetic? Yeah. So I don't know. Now, I've never had a problem with being grey, but to be perfectly honest, it does my head in how it grows. With having such short hair, it does do my head in with how it grows so much. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, because it grows quicker than my darker hair. So I've either got a choice, I could dye it, or I've just got to like grade 1 it every day. There's a positive effect for having a new look with nifty colours. I say go for it. Don't be daft. You have a distinct look. I always thought my distinct look was my chiseled chin. Do you know what? Might be worth a giggle just while we're in isolation. Because trust me, it'll grow out quick enough. Maintenance on dyeing short hair is a pain in the backside. Yeah, I can imagine that. If you're going to dye it, need it to be longer or keep it short. Yeah, so it hides your roots. I'm just going to keep it shaved. I really can't be doing with that. Not without maintenance. And I've got no idea what it'll look like grown. I mean, it's never been grown since I was a child. Spray primer. You guys. Right. I heard a company behind Kickstarter with pretty hard by the current crisis. Just mentioned it because of your book. To be truthful, I believe with Kickstarter, that's been dealt with now and we're in backer kit now. So even if Kickstarter is hit by crisis, that's not going to affect us as far as I'm aware. Dave handles all that stuff. Yeah, but Dave's not mentioned it, and I'm sure if it was a problem, Dave would mention it because we have daily chats. Right, let me show you some terrain. Okay, let's have our COVID chat first. Yeah, very quickly. Come on, Pammy. It's time for Pammy, the pandemic panic panda. She's not protected. Hello, Pammy. Right, very quickly. Things I've heard in the UK news is Spain has announced that it is easing its lockdowns in the second half of May. Any Spaniards in our chat care to confirm that? Remember, that's what I've heard in the British news, but as of previous shows, we've heard that what I've heard in the British news isn't the same as what I've heard from you lot that's going on in your countries. Right, spoken to Dave, yeah, he was saying it's getting a little bit political and that sort of stuff. We're seeing the same in the UK, to be perfectly honest, and from a mental health point of view, yeah, there was a point in Brexit where I had to step back from everything because it was getting toxic, and I see that brewing, yeah, again. And so I've taken I've taken a mentality of right now, I'm not going to look at the past, I'm just looking at the current and the future. When things have calmed down and the dust has settled, then, as a conscientious citizen, I want answers on the past. Yeah, but right now, I'm not going to be overly concerned and I'm not going to soak up too much of it. I mean, there's too much batshit crazy stuff going around Facebook as it is. Yeah, and half the stuff I'm seeing comes with Facebook flags of like, you know, it's been fact checked and all that sort of stuff. So it's like, no, not playing those games. I'm stepping away from that. Give me medical knowledge. Give me regulatory knowledge. Let me know what I need to do, what I can do, what you need me to do. Yeah, and let me know where we are. Now, I believe in the UK, yeah, that Matt Hancock, our health secretary today, announced that we have reached a peak. Yeah. Now it was announced as we have reached the peak in the press. But when I watched his actual announcement and I heard his words, it was a peak. And I think that is that relates to I think that relates quite simply to to the idea we could have a second surge if things relax, and you know, it's not a peak and then it's all done and dusted. We still need to control. So I think he's being very selective with his language. Yeah. But knowing that we could be plateauing now is a nice thing to know. Now, deaths in the UK, we're looking at they're around about the 800 mark a day. But we also know there's another additional 20% that are dying in care homes estimated. And I'm going off rough figures that I've picked up over the last few days. The information's there if you want to drill down and get specifics, or someone will jump in, no doubt. And so I think the government is desperate not to have it hit the 1,000-day mark for political reasons, you know, as a number. Yeah, but realistically, I think we are over that figure if you take the grand total. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah, as a reminder from Kat, yeah, if you do comment on what's going on, where you are, please let us know what country. Yeah, so let's just do a quick check, guys, and let's just get a fact check of, because obviously we're in lockdown in the UK. They've announced they're going to review it in, I don't even know, I think it's another 2 weeks. Yeah, but they're already talking about, we don't think we're going to be easing it just yet, which plays into my idea of, I think we're going to roll late May, early June. Yeah. Kat saying, in the US, all our numbers are rubbish, so only count hospital deaths, and we have almost the lowest per capita testing in the world. So who knows how many folks are involved. Yeah. Provisional numbers of deaths registered in England, Wales, week 15, increased from 16,000 in week 14 to 18,000. Just over. This is 7,000. This is 7,000. Sorry, just under 8,000 more deaths than in a 5-year average. Female in the States on TV saying lift quarantine in the state as they don't drink Corona beer as it's Mexican. They only drink US beer so they can't get infected. You see, this is why we're all in lockdown. Yeah, and I'm not going to just point at the US because I've heard conversations like that over my back alley. Yeah, you know I live in a bit of a rough area. Okay, so... And... I mean, actually, it gets me angry. You know what I mean? It genuinely... But... Woosah, boss. Woosah. Do the best you can. So it's not just I believe stupid is a universal concept, and I think everyone in every country can point to it at numerous levels of the hierarchy in their situation. Yeah, we've all got it. We're all infected with it, and unfortunately, most of the time, we all have to deal with it. Yeah, and what it. Martin, we're so full of absolute morons. Did you see the guy on TV saying the virus was a lie in a full hazmat suit? Yeah, I don't. It's common sense. You would think so. Yeah, you would hope so. On a more serious note, in the US, the federal government is literally agitating to get the states to lift their isolation orders too soon. It's a bizarre situation. I have to talk to Dave about this. You know, and you know this whole states versus federal system, and I am just grateful that, you know, to a certain extent we don't have that here in the UK, and so efforts are quite conjoined. You know, it's going to be bizarre. I mean, how do you it's one state locks down, one doesn't. Sure, it's going to like spike in one state, and when the other one comes down as a lockdown, it's just going to travel across. Some said to compare the pandemic as peak lift restrictions. It's like, say, parachute has slowed our descent, so we can take it off now. Yeah. You know, we are still managing the situation. What we're saying is, okay, we've got it under control. You know what I mean? It's like that. It's like the fire brigade turning up to to a house and like spraying it down a bit and going, all right, the flames are down a bit now. Yeah. You could manage those with a fire extinguisher. Yeah, we'll switch the hoses off now. See you later. We'll stop now. No. Put it out. We're going to drench it. So it's out. So even if everything isn't damaged by fire damage, it's damaged by water damage because it's getting soaked. I do the same when I've been burning stuff in my back alley. Yeah, by the time, once I've finished burning my twigs and my trimmings and that sort of stuff, go straight out with like, I take about, I think it's about 4 or 5 bowls of water, and I absolutely saturate all the ashes, yeah, until it's like a soup at the bottom and water's coming out all out the bottom. Yeah, and it's wet everywhere, because that way I know it's perfectly safe. You can treat a virus, but you can't cure stupid. Unfortunately, there's an awkward conversation we have to have about the fact that, you know, how do we deal with stupid? Do you know what I mean? I mean, most of the time we deal with stupid by laughing at it on reality TV and generally keeping it as far away from it as possible. Unfortunately, stupid is really having a global effect right now. Okay, not to saying UK care home system has 15,000 care homes and just under 500,000 beds. Civil servants have made some tentative suggestions. By the time this is over, care homes could see deaths on par with hospital ones. Time will tell. Well, it is the key demographic, and it is going to spread through care settings, no matter how they try. You know, because it is so infectious. Oh, sorry, Patrick. Exterminators. It's about protecting everyone. It is. Thing is, it's quite frustrating because I know you lot are sensible. Do you know what I mean? In the main, I mean, of all of us, I'm the idiot. And I'm the one who's really sensible and explaining things to you guys half the time. I don't feel I have to do that now, because the virus stuff people know, and I've explained lockdowns and all that sort of stuff and why we do things. Yeah, now we're just going along with the flow. So, yeah, I've heard Spain's easing. Fingers crossed, we've plateaued. Yeah. I've heard Denmark's phasing maybe a couple of days schooling. That'll be interesting. Us, sensible? You're having a giraffe. Yeah, but we're sensible with regards to these important things. Well, mortality is bad. It's a shame that we aren't discussing morbidity more. That is a large burden of the disease. That's a real big point, and it's one of these that everyone seems to be missing on at the minute. Yeah, the actual idea that, look, this isn't just this isn't just a normal flu. First off, yeah, flu doesn't make you lose your sense of smell or taste, which means this thing has a neurological factor. Yeah, and we don't know what that is. Now, if it affects your sense of smell and your sense of taste, what other nerves does it affect that we're not seeing signs or symptoms of yet? Yeah, what effect is this having on children as their nerves develop? What effect is this having on people with neurological diseases? Yeah. Next issue is obviously the actual lung damage. I mean, it's not a matter of you get it and then you're ill or you're not. Everyone's going to get a bit of lung damage from this. I mean, I've seen respiratory. Oh, what's the bloody term? Respiratory doctors. Yeah. And what do you call it? I've seen comments from them sort of saying they're suggesting that, you could go through it and lose up to 25% of lung function. Yeah, that's not good. That's real not good. We're looking at, in a healthy person, a healing time of 5 to 10 years. Now, that's not good in a healthy person. That's going to cut your sports down and that sort of stuff and slow you down a bit. Yeah. In someone who's already got an issue or bordering towards an issue, if COVID doesn't kill off the stupid people, then we need to instigate a purge to help it. No, we don't. We're not going down that road. No, 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 no. It also increases blood clotting, which is killing people with kidney failure. Is that true? Nasty little bugger, innit? Especially if you're considering it, right, knocks up blood clotting, but also because of the respiratory function, that's going to send you your heart rate through the roof because of the low oxygen content in your blood. Mel, the loss of smell taste is because of the virus brings ACE receptors to affect entry into cells, and nerve cells in the nose have a lot of ACE receptors. So are we saying that there's no neurological issues long term with this Tam? Blood clots are a result of the cytokine storm that some people get. So the blood clotting isn't universal. This is why it's affecting smokers more. Yeah, makes perfect sense. Well, we shall see, won't we? There's also why Hydro Coca-Cola has been bad advice. Dialysis machines have had an issue with it in New York State. Long term, who knows? It's only been around for a few months. My bride of 25 years is an internal medicine physician. She is exhausted and terrified of the COVID-idiots. COVID-idiots who deny science. Not enough adequate protection. Buffalo, New York area. Daryl, heart goes out to you, dude. Yeah, I think what you call it. Do you know what? See you later, Dylan. Do you know what? I think that's enough. Yeah. We're talking about things we know. You know what I mean? And we're talking about, right, what are the long-term effects? Well, you know what? We're not going to bloody know for a while, so let's not bloody worry about it. Let's just keep staying sensible, keep calm, and crack on. No, keep calm and crack on. Keep calm, and crack on. I'm going to get this right. I've never done this one before. Keep calm and crack on. That was all right. COVID-idiots. Oh, right. Let me show you some terrain and let me dawdle for a little while and have a play. Come here, Sue. There is still no news on Rita 2. Yeah, we are waiting for Rita 2. Yeah, as you know, Sue and Rita fell out because they're both the same type. So we've got to get a new Rita. She's been ordered, she's been paid for, but she's on Amazon. We're not shipping this until sometime. Right. Crack calm and keep on. Right, so close cam. That's good enough shot. You can see what I'm doing. Maybe a little bit around there. Yeah. So, right, if you remember last night, yeah, we were tidying up cables, sorting out stuff, yeah, and we were 40K'ing this. That's what we were doing. We were jazzing it up. Now, if you remember, I had to remember then. Yeah. If you remember, we started off with the Mantic Frames. One of the problems with the Mantic Frames is they're very flat. So we were starting adding on glorious GW bits. Yeah. So, where's my other bit? I'm missing a bit. Where's that bit? I had it. Where's it gone? Ah, there's that bit. Over. Got it. Right. So, what did we do? Well, basically, yeah, we started to dress up the flatness of the Mantic pieces. Now, if I show you this, yeah, you can see how this is the Mantic Tower, or one of them that I've built, but they're very flat in comparison to the normal 40k stuff. Sir Twinkle Toes here, yeah, started to use this sort of stuff, being the old Loon Globe things, yeah, these things, along with some stuff off one of the Maelstrom Edge terrain sprues, yeah. Ah, come here, you git. Now, there's doors on here as well. Where's that door gone? Yeah, so there's that on there as well. And I've also nicked a bit of the pipe. Yeah, so on that side we've come in, yeah, and there you go. You gonna focus, you git? Right, we put the we put the 2 spars on, the buttresses, sorry, the Loon Globe, yeah, coming round, put a Loon Globe on there. That's from the Mantic kit, that's from a 40k kit, that's Mantic, no, sorry, that's Maelstrom's Edge, yeah, that's a bit of the sprue from the Maelstrom's Edge kit. Coming round to here, yeah, we've got this fan assembly. Yeah, that came with that's from the Mantic, a modular piece. And I need to drop the fan in and do some work on the room underneath. But I just use this sort of venting system from the Maelstrom Edge and a couple of the 40k sort of exhausts. Yeah. And that's broken it up. And basically, I'm just trying to get a bit of depth on it. The only other things that I did is just to break up this profile a bit of this flatness, I put a single spike in, yeah, from the 40k set. And if I just spin this round, yeah, there you go. And it's just glued into the corner, and it just adds just a touch of 40k-ness. Yeah, I might put another one in. I don't think it needs it just yet. I think that's enough. Okay, there's enough skulls and Gothic Arch architecture on it, yeah, in certain elements for it to tie in. Right, nice. I got some 40k terrain that needs painting and adding something. Go for it, Thomas. Do you find that Mantic buildings take engraved coloured acrylic side panels like neon advertising well? They have an option for red lights as well. Yes, they do. Yeah, I would say that they work well. With them being flat, you can get things to sit up against them. Yeah, a lot easier than you can the more detailed, 40k stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, even if I look at this sort of simple panel, yeah, from the 40k world, it still comes with a raised skull that needs to be dealt with. The Mantic panels, if I just grab a couple. Yeah, here's some I've cut, but these are probably as like raised and detailed as they get. Yeah, these are for the buttresses. Let me get off the wall. Here. So this is just a standard wall piece, and as you can see, clip that off, you've got a massive flat area there, you know, and the lines work and that sort of stuff. So yeah, I would say the Mantic stuff works well for signage and adding things on. Makes it easier because it's flatter. The downside is you end up with flat surfaces that you need to dress. Yeah, we don't need to dress them, but they look better if they are dressed, in my opinion. Is Mechanicus standard grey a good base? Yeah, neutral grey is always a good base to start anything from. An idea for the paint scheme for the building: steel coloured metal with stripes, numbers, painted in green, white and black. No, we were looking at some other colours. Yeah, and I think we settled on quite a rich scheme, but I'm playing with it at the moment. So colours I'm happy with. Yeah. That pipe's a bit wiggly. Now, one of the other things that I did do is just attach these pipes and this piece. So this is one assembly now. Yeah, because I can get to where I need to work on it, and dragging this T-section pipe all over the place was a little bit wonky. Yeah, that's a bit wonky. Now, the other thing that I did with it was I actually put a 45 degree on this pipe. Prior to this, this was here, which made that really tight. Now, by adding the 45 degree, what I've done is just opened it up, expanded the base a little. Yeah. Given it was either that or something like that, which was just too tight and too dense and would be an issue with painting. Yeah, by putting the 45 degree in, I thought, right, it's going to be easier to paint. Yeah, it's going to be easier to play when moving models around here. Yeah. It's going to increase the base size because otherwise I would have been quite slim on these edges. So taking that out gives me a more interesting base. Yeah, so that's where I am, he says. Now, what I did want to have a play around with is, since I've expanded this space here, I had an idea. Yeah, I've actually liked the idea of this lamppost. And when we base it, yeah, I like the idea of this lamppost here. Okay, but not just that. I want a computer panel, yeah, on here that's connected up to this. So it looks like it's accessing information. So, on the Maelstrom's edge, we've got those. Yeah, two little computer panels. Come on, you're going to have to focus. There you are. Yeah. Flat backs. So, I'm thinking about using those, attaching them to there, and using these at the back, which are the buttresses from the, part of the modular kits for 40k buildings. Yeah, but using these to basically put a back on them and then drill into that for my wires. I love how this stuff is very interchangeable. Yeah, I like that. I also like the fact that Mantic pipes fit up perfectly with Games Workshop pipes. Yeah, used a mix of them. Swap between the ranges without any worry whatsoever. Right, so let's do this, he says. Clippity clip, where's my snip? Right, have we lost the YouTube comments? Just let me go check. Doesn't look like it yet. What is this kit called? Ugh, this one? Right, well at the minute we're using 3 different kits. Yeah, right now we're using the Maelstrom's Edge Terrain Accessories sprue. We're using the Mechanicum industrial pieces from Games Workshop. And we're using the Sci-Fi Terrain crate pieces from Mantic Games. And I'm not saying that again. Right, clippity clip. Give it the snip. Next, what I want to do is, come here, look this way. Yeah, there you go. Good. Yeah. 2 nipples seems to be the number. The number is 2 nipples. He's like, what's 2 nipples? Yeah, you will understand. Yeah. And spin it round, get 2 nipples from there. You could buy all 4 different kits and put them together. Oh my, watching on 2 devices. This is too much Mel. Switch one of them off, dude. Even I couldn't handle. Mate, I have to. You wouldn't believe how many Mels I have to deal with when I'm streaming. The Mels on this side, I'm Mel there, Mel there, Mel there, Mel there. I'm Mel everywhere. Crappiest cut ever. Come on. Yes, I'll break the snap it. Of course, sod it. Irregular shape. 40 minutes after, so it's time for the YouTube to freeze. Freezing lasts about 15 minutes on average, but you can still see our chat on another device. I can. Right, that'll do. Now, before I glue these, it makes sense I drill them first. Yeah. So we'll go for just 1 drill hole because we only need 1 cable. Right. DIY water pipe building blocks. Great build. All right, I'll check that out. Not email me that, please, mate. How deep is that hole? Let's put it in. Yeah, I don't need it any deeper than that. We can get it in there. Right, so we have our 2 blocks. We have our panel. We have our what you call it. So if we want to put that there. No, that's for the wrong. Okay, so we need to get this bit flat first. So I want to mount the panel on this. Okay, but the issue I'm having is obviously I've got this detail here. So go on. You're going to focus. Take it off. Do a color change. Yeah, that detail there. Yeah. So I need to file this down so we can mount the plate on it. Right. A bit more of a sand. I use a very small file to get rid of surface imperfections. You can use all sorts, mate. Small files are good. Depends what you're working on. polishing cloths, all sorts. There are many abrasive tools. Ow! Spiked myself right in the blister. Right, so that'll fit there now. Yeah. So it's glue time. Yeah. We want one there. Come on, let's just throw some glue on this and give it a wiggle. In fact, we might only need one. Instead of both of them, let's see how this fits on. Yeah. Is there room for two without it looking like a botch job? So twist just slightly. Yeah, actually that looks quite good. It fits with that quite well. Yeah. So block on the computer. Next, bit of glue. Next, bring that up to there. Just put it on like that. There we go. And there we have it. Does it work? Always a perfectionist. There you are. So, yeah. Now we've got a computer monitor on our lamp pole. Yeah, it looks like it's got like a, well, at the time we throw some powders and stuff like that, like a box on the back of it. And underneath, we've got a hole drilled so we can put a wire into it. So essentially, we can use it as a control device next to that. And that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, and it's the little details like these that I want to include so that there's like, right, when we do a mission, you've got to get to that control panel and deactivate that, deactivate that, whatever, reactor or something like that. I like the little details. It's a bit like things like, throwing the pipes in. Yeah, and overlapping them and having that sort of, when you watch like one of those, any sort of film where they're running underground through service ducts and there's pipes and cables. I like that look. I love that sort of detailing. It's going to be an absolute pain in the backside when it comes to painting. Yeah, absolutely. But we'll deal with it. Above all, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So I want to make another one. Right, where's my other lamppost? I've got to have more. Oh, don't tell me I've got to buy some 40k kits to get some more lampposts. No, can't do that. Right, I know. Right, there's my other lamppost. That's for that building. But that can have a computer as well. So let's do that. Don't you hate it when your bits box starts to run down? Right, we have officially lost the YouTube comments. So, Facebookers, Twitchers, the on-screen chat is yours for approximately 15 minutes. YouTube people, I can still see your comments. Right, let me just drop that window in there for me. Yeah, Knots has just said chat's dropped. Yeah, I see that. Right, so let's see if we can speed up the process a little this time. We'll cut the excess away. Right, so on that one. A quick scrape as well. What we shave off, we don't have to sand off. As long as I'm gentle and don't cut through the damn thing, because it's our last one. That's what I was trying to avoid. I haven't cut through it, don't worry. But let's just say, now's the time to move to the file. Layfield Paints, thanks Dan. Cheers, buddy. I haven't even been thinking about that lately. Because we're set and that sort of stuff. I've just been ticking along. And that new audio setup, and it's looking better, the stream, isn't it? I mean, considering how we started it, Isolation's Reach, would you say that, you know, the investment in time and money that I've put into the stream, it's been worth it, hasn't it? Dan's in like, I might make the most of it, might as well make the most of this, I suppose. Twitcher Dan is claiming the chat for his own. The on-screen chat. Right, so that one's done. We need to sand that a little. File that a little. Drill a hole in it for the cable, and that'll give us another one. What else can we do? Right. Mel, it's been so helpful having you on every day. Yeah, Tam's saying definitely worth it. Yeah. Start simple. Look at things with a different eye. It's a joy to watch your work. Thank you, buddy. It's a joy to watch me cock it up. It's only Mel. It's quite ironic, you know, we can waste half an hour on 2 little monitors on lampposts. And I'm quite happy with that. Do you know what I mean? For my own sort of project. I mean, for the channel stuff I have to work and the book stuff I have to work at a bit more of a pace. But this one, it's like, nah, let's do it. Let's make it special. It's mine and the boys' table. So I'm slowly convincing Willow about, right, what we're going to do for you. And I think Willow's going to go down the dungeon crafting. So I think I'm probably going to end up watching the DMG a lot. And Jeremy, of course. Because Willow loves her dungeon crawlers. What drill is that? It's a pin vise drill. Right. Monitor on there. Snippety snip. Give it the clip. Quick file. You guys can't have the chat all to yourself. Dan random. Hello, YouTubers. I love how the Twitchers are, they don't even comment normally. Yeah, but yeah, the moment they get the chat, it's like they're teasing you, YouTubers. The git. Can you use it to put holes in the guns? What? Barrels for your models? Yeah, that's what it's used for. That one, this is actually a Games Workshop one. It's actually my preferred one. Yeah, but it's Citadel. But I have a whole collection of other drill bits for it. Yeah, I use these drill bits for it. Yeah, which go from 1/3 of a millimeter, well, just under 1/3 of a millimeter to just over 1.5 millimeters in thickness. And then I have a couple like 3mm ones and that sort of stuff for working with magnets and that, you know, specific bits, as they say. I haven't seen which locks effects for dungeon tiles. Right, so we need to make sure this matches that one, so the bar has to go here on this side. And hole goes to the bottom. Come on, blue. There we go. See, I get my ideas on the stream and then I potter with them afterwards when I'm playing with, right, how am I going to do this? What can I do? How can I fancy that up? Check that against that one. Yeah, looks right. Bit of glue on there. Drop that on there. Right, it's got a bit of a wonk on. A what on? A wonk. Try again. It's one of the things I like about plastic glue. Playtime. It's a bit like PVA. You don't get it so much with super glues and hot glue. But with plastic glue, there is a little bit of playtime that you can adjust things and get things looking how you actually want them to look. That doesn't look right at all. Let's try that. That's perfect. So there we have it. Yeah. Another one of our monitor lamp stations. Yeah. Nice hole for a wire in there. Perfect. Details, details, lots of little Oh! What's he sticking to the lamp, lads? I'm sticking the computer panels off the Maelstrom Edge terrain sprue. YouTubes are back. Quick scatter. That was quick. Actually, was it? Oh, we're on the hour. Oh. Plastic glue every time. Right. So, our setup now for this one, yeah, is now we've got this little, yeah, we're going to have our little there. And if I bring it down and bring it up, Well, it's not on a base, unfortunately, so I'll have to turn it around like this. Yeah, but once it's all fixed down, I think that's a nice narrative. What do you think, guys? In fact, yeah. The base has got a little bit of a wobble on it, so I need to just sand the bottom on that. Yeah, but there we go. And then up to the stairs. So I think that's coming together nicely. Very nicely. I think that 40k enough sit from this side. We've obviously got to do cabling across here. Yeah, so we've got that going on. It's going to deny minis getting stuck in there as well. Yes, indeed. That was another thing. I'm going to be using barrels and stuff like that. What's the best place for barrels? What do people do for barrels? What are your thoughts? The cables will really sell it. Yeah, once they're strung across. At the minute, I can't attach the cables. Yeah, because obviously this is a separate piece. And so I've got to keep those separate and do those. Not to say in 3D print. I haven't got a 3D printer. Yeah, so that's the plan. Yeah. Just for the painting up and that sort of stuff. I mean, there is enough space actually that once I get most of it base coated and the base colours on, we can do the washes and that sort of stuff. There's enough access, so I probably will fix it together. But I don't want to do that. I want to be able to sort of like get it this and under there a bit easier. So we'll keep those two separate for now, and we'll put that up there. I mean, we could put one up there and it would look nice, especially if it was attached to that, but I've only got two. And they're precious to me. 3D print, normally first thing you print for terrain, barrels. I like having barrels and crates at odd angles to fill in corners where minis don't fit anyway. Yeah, exactly. Bottle caps glued together. Yeah, we can do that. I'll get some printed in resin for you, buddy. Thanks you, Dan. I'm going to have to, what you call it, I'm going to have to get a Screwfix 15mm couplers for plumbing. Okay, I'll check those out. If you've got some good links or that sort of stuff, throw them to me over an email and I'll check them out. Right. I've got a post out on Pammy for you. Well, thank you, dude. Right. Hello, folksicles. Right, Mel has reached the point with stretching. I've ate my arm. And to be truthful, I haven't stopped all day. And I need to have a bit of creative juices. And look at... couplers for barrels, debris of war oil, drum bin bag, wheelie bins. Okay. I never thought about painting separate. Sub-assemblies, mate. Paint them. Yeah, bring them together for the weathering, basing, and all that sort of stuff. Right, guys, I'm going to call it, so you know how we do this. Yeah, Mel needs his bath, Mel needs his tea, and Mel needs his bed. Mel probably won't get his bed because he'll be up like playing around with this sort of stuff. But right now, I haven't even had a wash since I've got back from the studio, and I feel like a minger. Yeah, so fill the screens with hell yes if you've had a good time, especially if you've liked my little lampposts. Here's a cheeky little bit of crafting. But it came off well. I'm chuffed with that. It's a win. We celebrate wins. And think this is looking nicer. So, onwards and upwards. Right, guys. I will see you tomorrow night. 9 o'clock UK time. We'll keep cracking on and doing a little bit and having a natter. Have a good one, yeah? All the best. Ta-ra. That was a bit of a dodgy week, wasn't it? Latest, folks.